Hey everyone, hope everyone is not fully depressed right now. I think a little bit of depression is uh is alright after today, right? Because yeah, it was a very tricky exam. It was quite a tricky exam. Uh but yeah, regardless of whatever's happened, we've got to keep moving forward because we've got a lot more scary subjects, scary exams, should I say, to look forward to, and this is no different. Lord help us for occupational, man. I This subject and me, it's like chalk and cheese. We just do not go together. Uh, I think everyone can say the same. So, because of that, I'm not going to be posting a lot of videos on occupational because, to be honest, this subject is all about memorization. All right, that's just how the cookie crumbles for this one. But yeah, we just gotta keep our foot on the pedal. And speaking of pedals, I've drawn this very nice traffic light, and this traffic light should help you memorize the occupational tests. What's an occupational test, you say? Well, let me tell you, it's a test used to identify if someone has an occupational disease. Simple, right? 3 tests all begin with E, E, E. 3 E's. Now, first one, epidemiological test. What do we do in this test? In this test, we are looking for this. Risk factors cause occupational disease, right? But how do we know it causes an occupational disease? Well, if the disease occurs within the workplace, as you can see, I've depicted this as a seesaw. Workplace, public, workplace, public. Now, if there's a certain risk factor for a certain disease, say X, if we find more disease prevalence in the public than the workplace, as you can see here, then this will not be considered an occupational disease because it doesn't happen in the workplace. However, if we see more prevalence of this disease in the workplace, then it will be considered an occupational disease. All right, great. Next one, elimination test. Now, simply this is what will happen, or what is the effects of removing a risk factor for occupational disease or disease X. Okay, say if you're in the workplace and there's a certain risk factor that's prevalent for causing disease X, if we remove this risk factor that causes disease X, will disease X in the workplace overall decrease amongst individuals? Third one, exposure test. Now this is what we had in the colloquium, as I've highlighted in here, right? Exposure tests simply, do these symptoms reappear if somebody was to come back to the workplace? So let's say someone has maybe, I don't know, asthma or whatever. They go home, they don't really have these symptoms, but they come back and they start having more aggravated episodes of asthma. This would be an exposure test. Now, as you can see, I've given 3 tests here. If you want, you can learn more because there are a few more. However, I've only given these 3 just to maintain a bit of simplicity. Okay, so there you have it. 3 main occupational tests, some light to kick off this very depressing period of revision. Alright guys,